It's no secret that nostalgia is a powerful emotion, even more so the older we get. We have our comfort foods, drinks, shows, or movies that bring us back to a simpler time. But if you've ever revisited a nostalgic movie or show from your childhood, you know it can also skew your memory quite a bit. Today I want to talk about the made-for-TV movie Alice in Wonderland from 1999. This was a movie I watched a lot as a kid. It had a certain bizarre charm about it, but it's only now I can look back and realize how insane this movie was. And I absolutely love it. This movie is adapted from Lewis Carroll's famous books, Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Everyone knows the story, and most people have probably seen either the Tim Burton version from 2010 or the original Disney one from 1951. I think these ones have overshadowed the 1999 version, which makes sense I suppose, as this adaptation is a made-for-TV movie produced in the UK. But if you've seen the film, you know it has something that the others don't. I want you to guess what the budget of this 1999 made-for-TV movie is. 1 million maybe? 5 million? It couldn't be 10 million. It's 21 million. I could be wrong, but I feel like a budget of $21 million for a TV movie in 1999 is quite high, no? From some quick research, it seems most made-for-TV movies have an average budget of $1 to $3 million, and that's in today's day and age. Just for some context, here's some movies made in the same year. These are all pretty top-notch acclaimed movies. Some higher budget, some lower, but I just found the budget being so high quite odd. Where did it all go? This movie doesn't look particularly expensive, but looking at it now it makes more sense, which brings me to my next point. The cast of this movie is just ridiculous. As a kid watching, not really knowing anyone besides Gene Wilder from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, I didn't really look much into it, but again, revisiting this movie as an older person, it blew me away how they managed to attain some of these actors for, quite frankly, some silly roles. Across their careers, the cast for this movie has a collective 14 Oscar nominations, including 4 wins, from Ben Kingsley, Whoopi Goldberg, and Peter Ustinov. Not to mention the various Tony and Olivier Award winners. Some of them are distinguished stage actors at the height of their powers here. Simon Russell Beale in particular kills it as the King of Hearts. The amount of talent in this cast is just something to behold. All for this TV movie about Alice in Wonderland. I am honestly not sure how they swung this. I'm assuming most of the budget went to the cast, because it's the only way I imagine you'd get such a stacked lineup in basically a kid's movie. The way this is shot feels kind of campy and over the top to achieve the dreamlike effect. It's like they had a constant mist filter on the lens for the majority of the movie. It works for what it's trying to achieve, but it's slightly funny watching it back now. The shots are very direct and there's no crazy, artistic long cuts or interesting frames. It's just a cut and dry, dreamy, surreal effect. Coupled with the strange / not super high quality audio mixing, it delivers this very weird feeling. The costumes, the puppets, the makeup, and the effects in this movie are a mixture of good and bad. On one hand, it really helps with the immersion into the fantastical world, having these over-the-top costumes and effects on various people and animals. But we also have this. I mean, come on, we are like inching towards that trough in the uncanny valley here. The puppets were made by Jim Henson Studio, so they are pretty top-notch. It's a mixture of awesome puppets and strange effects that I guess actually works in the context of the movie, but again, look at this. This movie had a distinguishing undertone in it I could never shake when I watched it as a kid, and that's this kind of mundane terror. There's little things in this movie that just irk me, and I think it's on purpose. The way this lady moves around, this weird baby crying, and this damn cat again. The uncanny valley is just everywhere in this film, and it's part of what made this movie so memorable from my childhood. The awe and mystery of these terrifying creatures and people. It was like I simultaneously did not want to look at the screen, but also could not look away. All of these things, the surreal, terrifying creatures, strange scenarios, and dreamlike visuals, being carried along by the top-tier actors, makes for a completely unique watching experience. We have Gene Wilder singing with a hippogriff, Martin Short dancing on tables with rabbits, Ben Kingsley smoking a pipe and turning into a butterfly, Christopher Lloyd kicking ass in a duel. We have Hagrid and Norm from Cheers doing whatever this is. I mean, come on, what the hell is even going on here? I have no idea, but I love it. Overall, this gem of a movie seems to have been forgotten in the mainstream. I'm completely biased, but I still think it's better than the Tim Burton one, although that has merit too. If you remember this movie, I hope I brought back some memories from your childhood, and if you haven't seen it, no matter your age, it's worth a watch just for the sheer over-the-top insanity. I seriously love this movie, and I really hope people start talking about it more. Thanks for watching.